It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
I find it so ironic that Charlie Kirk was shot at an all-white event. Because if it was a lot of black people in the crowd, it would have never happened. Because their security measures would have been top tier. They would have never allowed nobody in there with a weapon. See, but when it comes to all-white events, they're so lenient on those security measurements because they act like white people are not violent. This is the result you get when you go on tours rage baiting. You just run around the world rage baiting people in real time. When you're supposed to be some kind of political figure, some kind of public figure, and you run around rage baiting, you say racist things, you act like you're untouchable, and then this happens to you. This is what people are going to mostly remember about you. You be creating these looks and these ideas about who people are, and you want to speak about gangs and mass shootings and all that, and one of your own people did it to you. Because you have something to say about anybody because you're doing it for the views. This is what happens when you rage bait in real time. He will talk bad about anybody. He'll put anybody down. He wanted to be so in the club. He wanted to fit in so bad. He wanted that white power so bad. He really wanted to be promoted to that white power. Yeah. And that's who took him out. That's so crazy. You think you Trump. He think he's Trump. See, Trump liked to rage bait. Trump liked to say whatever he want. Trump likes to talk bad about anybody. But he got Secret Service. He got people who will take a bullet for him. You don't. You do not. And it happened at an all-white event where you guys felt, this is the MAGAs. This is my people. They got my back.
I just want to point out that the Democratic Party has had a far more sensible and reasonable response to the Charlie Kirk shooting than the Republicans, and this is not even up for debate. And I'm not talking about random people online. I'm talking about people with influence in the Democratic Party. Obama said, we don't know yet what motivated the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. This was the day of. But this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy. Michelle and I will be praying for Charlie's family tonight, especially his wife, Erica, and their 2 young children. Joe Biden said something similar. There's no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end. Jill and I are praying for Charlie Kirk's family and loved ones. Kamala Harris said, I'm deeply disturbed by the shooting in Utah. Doug and I are sending our prayers to Charlie Kirk and his family. Political violence has no place in America. But some of the most prominent Republicans online who've been invited to Trump's White House by him had a different tune. For example, Libs of TikTok said, this is war. Gunther Eagleman, they've declared war. Joey Manorino said Democrats should be labeled as terrorists. Elon Musk said, if they don't leave us in peace, then our choice is to fight or die. What? Laura Loomer said that Democrats are a national security threat and said that Democrats randomly should be investigated for no reason. This is someone who's at the White House like every other week. Every major Democrat who's actually elected or has been elected or has influence in the party has come out and said, we condemn this 100% and it's wrong. But the Republicans, many of these influencers are declaring civil war. What? I just want to point out that the Democratic Party...
Is he right or is he wrong? Because I just said, like, it's wrong. But the guy in orange a few videos back said, all us Republicans, we got our guns. Bruh, ain't nobody trying to fight you. Fuck. I'm trying to go to work tomorrow, make sure I got health insurance for my kid, and make sure I got a running vehicle tomorrow so I can get some gas, put some gas in my car, and I could, roll that mug down the street. I'm trying to live my shit day to day. I ain't trying to go to war over Charlie Kirk. Do you understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going to war over George Floyd. I'm definitely not going to war because you want to make a war over Charlie Kirk. That ain't that. White people, leave my black ass out of it. Y'all figure it out. This is y'all's war. This is y'all's battle to deal with amongst yourselves. Now, if y'all want our assistance, I will gladly call the play. I will gladly be like, hey, all right, listen, we got to speak to this person over here, so hold steadfast, hold your horses. Let me go talk to the other brother who's the other mediator, and let's work this out. But y'all can't be shooting amongst each other. Because this shit is getting wild. Okay? I prayed for 33 hours that it wasn't one of us. I prayed and I prayed that it wasn't one of us. And it wasn't.
I don't know when or if I'll post this, but today's September 15th and it's 9:05 a.m. And yesterday at 5 p.m. I was fired from my job for posting a video saying I don't care about Charlie Kirk's death. In the video that I posted, I specifically said I wasn't celebrating it, but that I just don't care. And yet I was still fired from a job where my role was to increase educational equity to all students. That was my job. That was like, wasn't really just my job, it was like my identity too. I think that's been my whole career. Like, how can we get the highest quality education to as many students? For this job, I worked at a nonprofit where I taught reproductive health to LGBTQ youth and youth in foster care in Dallas, Texas. And like, that was hard, but after I did it, I was so proud of myself, and I told myself I wouldn't go back to a job where like I couldn't be my authentic self, and I thought that's what I had in my job. And actually, the funny thing is I wasn't fired for saying that I don't care about it, because everyone on my team agrees with that, or everyone I've talked to, and people can say that, and I would have been okay to say that in my team chat at work. But I was fired because I was doxxed by someone who knows me, and they posted my job and my LinkedIn to the white supremacists. And so that's why I was fired, not actually because of what I said, which also hurts because like I was good at my job. I liked it a lot, and I feel so grateful because my coworkers have been reaching out to me and just like telling me they'll be my references and making sure I'm okay. And it feels good to know that I built a community there and that the people there see that character of what it was. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Sorry. I don't know if I'll post this. But I know that in the end I'll be okay, and this isn't the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Honestly, it's not by a lot. I will be okay. I'll find a job like that I like and doing something that's important to me. And I know that because if this hadn't happened, I was on the track for promotion at my other job. Like, I know I'll be okay, but it just hurts to be left out to dry.
Well, listen, man. I feel for the girl. Again, I guess it depends on what type of job you have and who's your employer. You know, all of the jobs who are firing people probably have right-wing supported values, which is a lot of jobs. Okay. And hence the reason I would never talk about a president, past or present. I will never talk about a president because my job is like, hey, listen, stay your black ass out of politics. I said, you know what? I got a C in political science. I'm gonna stick with what I know. But Charlie Kirk's not a politician, so we're gonna talk about it. And one thing, you know what? This guy I work with, all right, he about 70 years old. He's still working hard than a mug too. He wears his Trump hat every day. Sometimes he wears his Trump shirt. And you know what he say when he come in to work? Hey, PJ, how's it going? Shakes my hand. What's up, buddy? And I was just like, man, this is the most right-wing person I know. I don't know no other person more. I don't have Trump friends. I'm sorry. I don't. Maybe I do. But I don't think I... Oh, well, I got a couple. Older white guys. But, hey, whatever your political belief is, run it. I don't care. But I was like, this guy, I know he got a F-150, got Trump 2020 on that mug, Trump 2024 on that mug, flags flying, America flying. He probably got a big America tent on his car with a bald eagle just spread out. I was like, he gotta be one of them, right? Nope. He drive a Toyota Celica, a foreign car. I was like, boy, ain't this some bullshit? I feel like he cheating on MAGA, driving that goddamn Toyota, little bitty two-door inline six, that 2JZ motor. What the hell was he thinking? We need American-built muscle under that hat, okay? It was very interesting. I was like, why'd you do it? He said, this has been my dream car, but instead of him buying an old one, like in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s or whatever the Celica came out, he said, I got the money to buy a new one. So I did, and I said, damn right, brother, damn right. And I shook his hand. We spit our dip out together, and, we talked more Trump politics. Now, we never talk Trump politics. I don't even give a shit about politics. Because can't nobody tell me nothing about Trump policy. So I just don't even have a conversation with people. What are we talking about? But what we do here is stuff about Charlie Kirk. And everywhere, everybody's sharing the same clips over and over and over. No context. So if you have no context, you just sitting over here sharing. I ain't sharing none of that crap. I ain't sharing none of it. I'm not gonna go up here and be like, oh, Charlie Kirk's a racist, because I don't know him. But the shit he say, it seemed racist. So you gotta listen to it. When you listen to Charlie Kirk, he not a racist. He might be a bigot. But there's a difference between a bigot and a racist. It's because he's targeting black folks. But he's not saying nothing that we black folks don't already know about ourselves. Only thing is he qualified to say all this stuff? Is Charlie Kirk qualified to say all this stuff? The only qualifications that he has is he got the same amount of qualifications I have. I got a platform, he got a platform. You use your platform to talk about black issues. I use mine. I talk about black issues, but just messier. You know what I'm saying? But we got the same rights. We got the same qualifications. The only thing is, if I do a hairstyle video about some girl who went to a hairstylist and got messed up, I know that because those are my people. I got 4 sisters I was raised with. I know her, But if I was to talk about why, man, I don't even know many white things. I'm trying to think of the whitest thing I seen my friends do. Because when I started going to suburban schools, I started having white friends, and they was doing white shit. Okay? And like huffing Freon out of a air conditioner vent or whatever. I don't know what it was. Or cussing their parents out. Because black folks, we don't do that. In no black home will you see a black child cussing out their parent without them being knocked in the next week. But it was frequent in the white community. But I don't go around talking about, oh, shoot, man, you know what the problem is with you white folks? Y'all just let y'all kids cuss y'all out. Just because I seen it once or twice, I know some white mamas that'll slap the shit out their kids if they disrespect them, not just beating on them. I'm talking about, I know, okay? So when that's what I'm talking about. Like if I was just say, I know all y'all white folks cuss out y'all let y'all kids cuss out, you'll be like, no, we don't. No, we don't. Little Jillian would never raise her voice to me with those filth words coming out of her mouth. And then when people say, it was a guy, a few videos, we watched this video, he was like, y'all listen to the left wing, far left wing media and all this stuff, but you listen to Charlie Kirk and you don't think that's far right media? It's all the same thing. We all getting brainwashed. You know why they call it programming? Because they programming your stupid ass to believe what they say. And you're gonna hear some talking points and you're gonna listen and believe. That's why words are powerful. And y'all gotta start paying attention who y'all getting these words from. Man, who are you? If you're not tuning into God every day, but you tune into Charlie Kirk every day, what you think your mindset gonna be? If I tuned in, if I woke up and I listened to gangster rap every morning, talking about 6 in the morning, police at my door. If I listen to that every morning, one morning I'm gonna wake up in the 6 in the morning, it's gonna be police at my door because I done brought all that bullshit into my life. So if you listening to that instead of listening to something powerful, but you a Christian, but you listen to Charlie Kirk more than you listen to your pastor, then nigga, you listen to the wrong stuff and you need to figure it out, and y'all never gonna figure it out, because if you blaming the far left media or you blaming the far right media, y'all listening to them too much. Y'all don't even listen to y'all's kids that much. How many of y'all have a conversation with your kids for an hour and a half every day, but you listening to bullshit like that? I don't understand it. Turn off the radio, talk to your kid. Tell your kid put your phone down to talk to them. And then you wonder why they out here shooting up schools and shit. Not just white kids, black kids, Mexicans, everybody. All y'all kids is effed up because we so busy focused on baddies, goddamn Charlie Kirk, goddamn Oklahoma Sooners, Boomer Sooner. The game's this Saturday. We going all the way. You drive all the way to the game. You ain't said one word to your kid. You made your kid come there. Like, my dad's making me go to the game. They texting, fuck my dad. He's making me go to the. They don't even care. But you won't even stop and talk to them to listen and find out if they even want to go to the game.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.